Good morning. Hello. Come on. I just moved that lamp and all the stuff fell out of it. Cut. Director, cut. Think it's easy? Think it's easy in the shadows? Good morning. Beautiful weather. Like I say in my videos, we rock and roll here. We do whatever we do. But geez, late October, and you got 71. Okay. Go get yourself a martini, a Jack Daniels, a rum and Coke. I'll have some coffee, okay? Or some water or orange juice with your spiritual and entertaining breakfast. Thank you so much for your support. Michigan, Robert B. Yep, Michigan. I don't even know what their record is this year, but he gave me this shirt. So, the Beatles. Okay, I put in the thumbnail, the Beatles. I just used it. I really didn't have a title, so I apologize. I just used the Beatles. I got nothing. I'm sorry. Please forgive me, okay? It's Sunday. I look like shit. I look like complete shit. Wait till you guys start getting old. Vision goes. If you smoke, your taste goes. Your sense of taste, your sense of smell goes. If you're a cup of JoJo, your mind is shot. You know. Thank you, my 186 subscribers. Share, comment, and all that. I really don't tell you guys to do that, but hey, Leon has been here from the start. Your check will be in the mail. I ain't got a lot over here, but get yourself a Snickers bar and a can of soda. But we're going to get there, and it's going to be filet mignon. One of these days. So I used the Beatles in the thumbnail. Because, as you're all aware, my friend, my mate, Sir Paul McCartney, gave me personal permission to use the song because they have songs with the name JoJo in it. So I'm a cup of JoJo, and I'm hacking. So thank you, Sir Paul McCartney. I'm not sure if I can. I'm not sure if I'm ready for tea. I'll have to reschedule a cup of tea with you because maybe later on. I'll meet you at Buckingham Palace. Gary Fisher. Hey, Gary Fisher. Hey, you know what? I do gangster stuff. I got a coffee grind on the back of my throat. Where's my producer? Cut. Abort. I'm falling apart, Gary and Leon. It ain't easy being sleazy. All right. But I forgot what I was going to say. It must have been a lie. I know what I was going to say because it wasn't a lie. I come on here. I talk about different topics. I do what I can. It's an experiment. I like interacting with people, and I like to laugh. I like to have fun and everything. But I do appreciate uh, when a person has a lot of other things they could be doing, and they come and then they hang out with me. It's a hangout spot. Cup of JoJo. It's a hangout. It's the hangout. It's the club. Come out to the club. That's all. Lunch special. There's a lunch special. A cup of JoJo's going for free. It's for free. Oh, you mofos better. You mofos better start buying my book. Yeah, I'm a charlatan. I'm selling my wares. I'm selling my wares because it's a real good book. You really know a lot more about me. They Dead Mist. It's on Amazon. That's me when I was just a 4-year-old lad. That's me. How can you refuse that? How can you refuse that little boy there? I used to be a little boy. I still am. I like to have fun. Gary Fisher, where are you from? You see, I'm lonely. I want to hang out. You know, I'm pushing 60 years old. You see, my mind, I have a brain injury. I could talk eloquently and communicate effectively and try to entertain, but I do have a traumatic brain injury. And I short circuited. Just cough. Cut. Start the video over. No. My subscribers will understand. If you're a first-time viewer, I just like to have fun. I got a lot of videos out there. If you want to know a little bit more about me, I'll tell you though, this is one of the best books ever written. Received 5 stars from a crowbar that only gave 3 stars for 30 years. Gave me 5 stars. One of Sir Paul McCartney's people out there in England. You better get it now. You better get that book now because in a couple of years it'll be a movie. Hey, you gotta set the bar high. You gotta set the bar high. You gotta set the bar high. Fat lip. I gotta get this bottom lip surgically addressed because it's like having you know how people chew tobacco and they put it in their bottom lip? Well, you might look at my there's no tobacco in there. It's just I set the bar high. I set the bar high. What a Mama Luke. Sometimes I think I'm a Mama Luke. And immature. But we have a nice community in here. Now, I put in the thumbnail the Beatles. I apologize. I apologize. I can't speak. I feel, you know, you get older, okay? Now, Staten Island. All right. You know, I like the people down the New York area. I like the people down there. I was born in Brooklyn, and then my father was from there. My godfather is from there. God rest their souls. Then we moved to Western New York. But when you enter, when you're entering into the New York City area, there's a feeling that it's just a feeling that comes over your spirit. Maybe it's just me, but it just seems like that's where the real life is happening. And I'm pushing 60 years old, and it just feels like that's where if you're not in New York City, you're nowhere. Please forgive me, other people. This is just my personal burping summation. But thank you, Gary. I hoard myself out. I put the Beatles in the thumbnail. I'm turned into a big Jezebel. I don't care anymore. I just don't care. I'm trying to think about things to put in here. I don't want to do any more. Well, the people talk shit because it's like, we want to hear, people want to hear blood and guts. I mean, what an appetite the what an appetite the people have to is it just human nature that they're really curious about violence and or the mafia life, and it's just it just happens to be, as far as our psyche is concerned, and human nature and everything, that here's a group, a fraternity, and boy, there's 8 million movies in that fraternity, and there's 8 million books you can write in that community, in that fraternity, if you will. And the people, and it doesn't matter if you're telling the truth or lying, because Mike Francis, Sammy the Bull, we've already covered all that, Sammy, you could sit there and go nuts and saying he's lying, he's telling the truth, he's lying, he's telling the truth. Like, I'm a small channel. I'm a real small channel, but I'll tell you one thing. None of them guys have nothing on me, as far as, at least I'm real. I have bad lighting. I don't have a big budget. My connections skip. But I'll tell you one thing. What you get from a cup of JoJo is a real narrative. And you get real love and real appreciation. Because I don't try to insult my people, the viewers' intelligence. I don't try to insult their intelligence. And I got game and I can hustle, but I don't like, some things are sacred, They're still hustling at 75. And I don't want to be a little crybaby bitch. But at least I like the people that keep me company and come in here. And yes, I'm going to go into the streets and I'm going to up it a little bit. It's just going to take a little time. It's going to take a little time. So, thank you, Gary. I appreciate your support. I live alone. Yeah, with nobody else. I chain smoke when I can. I don't give a shit anymore. When I smoke alone. It's Sunday. Football is in the air. The Buffalo Bills have a bye. Bye-bye. I look like shit. I'm getting wrinkles. I've had dark circles under my eyes since 4th grade. My hair is falling out. I brushed my finger through my hair, and there's strands of hair between my fingers. See? Look at that. Now, I got gray hair. I got white hair. How do I have a dark hair in there? I just put out dark hair. This is a cup of JoJo. All right? Psychopath. Yeah. You guys are rocking and rolling. New York sports. Gary, are you my age? I don't mean to be personal, but I'm being personal. I'm not the regular YouTube channel personality. I do a spiritual devotion at the end of the day. At the end of the video. I do it's spiritual breakfast. It's psychology. Don't run. I'm not going to do it yet, so don't run. All right? Don't run. I put the Beatles in the thumbnail because I woke up late and I try to put something in there. I put a thumbnail in there that's catchy. And then I whore myself out to get people's attention. And then I admit that I whored myself out. But then I hope you like me. You say, you know what? We were pissed off at first, but you know what? He's all right. He's not a bad guy. He's trying to help out the world. And that's all. That's all. I was given extra time. I was given extra time on this planet. So you heard it all. And then I get on here and I chirp, 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 chirp. And I put Sammy the Bull in the thumbnail. Yeah, it gets views. I put Mike Francis in the thumbnail and it gets views. And then I say, I whore myself out to that. But there's gonna become a point in time where I'm not gonna need to do that anymore. I'm because it's entertainment. Everybody, it's a rodeo on YouTube. Anything goes. There's no scruples. There's no respect. There's no discipline. So I gotta melt into that. Oh, okay, Gary. I got new glasses, bro. I got new glasses, and I'm still doing this shit. Man, you can't win sometimes. I'm on a losing streak. I'm 56, a little crazy like you, but I like to watch pretty cool. I like the gangster stuff too. I'm gonna do the gangster stuff. There's see, the old timers don't like this platform. They don't like, Rick P. If your son Rick P, you come on here and you put a Halloween mask on. He's 77 or something. But I wanna talk about a lot of stuff, if New York related stuff and Rochester related stuff and Buffalo related gangster stuff. Gary, everybody's passed away. But then the world thinks Mike Francis and Sammy the Bull is the complete narrative on the gangster world. That ain't shit, man. They're just charlatans passing through town selling their wares. Just like me. I'll admit it. At least I'm honest about the shit. And I give a humanistic side on that life where the families of I'm starting a channel. I should really rock and roll and, no, because I'll never get monetized. I will never get monetized. So why sell my ass like that? No. Why don't they get up there and say some spiritual things? They want to glamorize blood and guts, which I have because I put it in my thumbnails and I talk about certain things and everything. But at least I try to offset it with some spirituality and mental health and psychology and lift people up. At least I do that. And however many people I get in here, I get. But God, the Creator, and the angels know I'm trying. And I'm not embarrassed. And I have no fear. I don't have a filter since I came back to life. I don't have a filter. And I don't care. Oh, he's a Bible thumper. He's a holy roller. Whatever. Go watch your Jerry Springer and Oprah Winfrey and Dr. Phil and them scumbags. They sit and they watch them scums of the earth. But when it comes to spirituality, oh, geez. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, look at him. Yeah, whatever. But when you're dying, when your Aunt Tilly is on her deathbed and you're praying, please God. Oh, now all the people want to, now they're all holy rollers. Now they're holy rollers. When there's a crisis and somebody's life is at stake, no, please God. I won't sin anymore. Please, we need a miracle. Yeah, all right. Please forgive me, folks. I'm guilty as charged. But when you want something from something or someone, you have to have a relationship. You can't just go up to a strange girl and say, hey, you want to have sex? No, you have to have, there's whores out there, but you have to build a relationship. And then after a month or so, she might want to rock and roll a little bit. It's the same as with everything. So I get crazy on here, but I do like to help people. That's why I tell people don't give up. Mental health is crazy. Depression is running wild. Suicide is running wild. The state of our country is running wild. You know, people are struggling. I don't have a lot, but with the breath God gave me for my remaining years of life, I'm going to pay tribute to it. I started this channel to be a spiritual channel, but nobody's into that shit. Okay, forgive me, God, it's not shit. But so then the gangster stories, and I gotta, you know, the old timers they're not into social media like Francis and Gravano. They're not into that. They're like, I'm not putting my face up there. Well, then wear a Halloween mask, Rick. Wear a Halloween mask. Well, then, because I would like to talk to somebody, even if they put something on, assassins. An assassin, which I'm not saying that Rick is or not. I'm not saying that, but just in general, humanistically speaking, okay, you got to do this work, and you got to now you got a target, and what goes through a hitman's mind? You know, I've asked personally, I mean, in the last decades, but if I whatever, because I like to know how people tick. I like to know what and things like that. But my godfather Mickey, as when he was older, and I used to ask him certain things, and he was a tough rumble tumble guy. He was kind of related to the Colombo family, but he didn't get made into the families because he didn't need to get made. He didn't need to get made. He just did piecework. Not piecework, but work. And I used to ask him, and he says, but for as tough as my godfather was, for as tough as he had a high intellect, he had a high IQ. I could break through his armor once in a while, and when he was older, and I would ask him, "Did that bother you? Like if you did something and then you just went home and had dinner after you might have did something to somebody?" And he would say, psychologically, as a defense mechanism, you stuff and bury that stuff. You bury it. And which a lot of human beings do in general. We bury things. Traumatic events, and it's all you can do to carry on instead of tripping and thinking about traumatic events, and you might have nightmares and everything. I was running around a million years ago, and I had this enhanced stress and fear on me, and I was nobody. I was a nobody in the mafia world. I was around a lot of the guys, and then but even then, excuse me, when I left, I had this stressed out feeling on me. And that was just at a minimum level of just running errands. And I felt this stressful fear on my soul. And then now you compare that to guys that were violent at every level, from roughing somebody up to murder or whatever. And Some are just sadistic animals and they don't care, and they go do whatever they do, and then they disassociate. They can they can disassociate from that. Just say, well, some guys go to a factory and they work an 8-hour shift and they go home and they leave their work at they leave the work at the factory and they go home, and then and that's that. Some sadistic animals can do that. They can go smash somebody up or kill somebody, and then they can go back and laugh and shoot the breeze and everything else. But my godfather, he said he started having, he said they were like nightmares, but he would have flashes of like things like everything's recorded in our subconscious, our unconscious. Everything's recorded in our brain, and we might not be able to remember it. That's why when people are under hypnosis, they ask them stuff and it comes out. But so how did I get on this subject? This isn't a Beatles show. It's a cup of JoJo. So yeah, I want to do a lot of the people are dead. A lot of people are dead. I got kicked off Angel Gotti's live stream. I don't have nothing against Angel Gotti, or if the John the Third or somebody, if that's you that comes in here. Is there John the Third? Is that him or whatever? I don't know. But they were having the on the split screen channel and live stream, they were having they're talking and they're hooting. Angel Gotti's got a channel, 5,000 subscribers. So I jumped in there to check it out. And I put a respectful comment in there or whatever. And then it said the moderator or Angel Gotti removed me from the live stream. That's all right, because her that live stream, Angel Gotti, it's a hustle. I understand it's a hustle. You're trying to build up, get subscribers and whatever. Then you'll have ads and everything else. Get the money. But as a viewer, see, I'm the truth serum. She's got a 4-way screen, and I like MRE, Mob Rats Exposed, or whatever, whoever they are, and then the Shades guy. But then there was another guy that was telling Angel Gotti, they have these thing called docs where you can like go public information and search people out, and you find out their cars, their license plates, their address, personal information. So they got a 4-way screen. Angel Gotti's on there, 3 other guys, and then this one guy's telling her, "Yeah, I'm gonna dox you," and documents, and then they reveal your personal information. So Angel Gotti is not a pushover. And so you would imagine in the real world, if somebody said that to her, she would say, "You no good mother effer, God, come around my house, come around." She would be very confrontational. That just went along, and I went, what a soap opera. Sorry, Angel, you guys get together before you put the live stream on, and then you say, well, we're going to talk shit to each other and keep the ball rolling and keep the soap opera going. That's fine. God bless you. But, like the good book says, like Jesus says, if you got eyes to see, then see. And if you got ears to hear and hear, then hear. It's a rodeo world, YouTube world, and everything else. But yeah, the Gotti name, I mean, what are they, broke? I mean, why would you even be, as a daughter of John Gotti, why would you even be on there? Maybe I'm nitpicking, but why would you be? I mean, out of respect to your father, he would not want you on social media. No. He'd say, what are you doing? Get the fuck off of there. Forgive my language. So, and I put her in the thumbnail because that Gotti name is going to get views. Yeah. But, sorry, 30-second countdown. But the thing is, so it's just like entertainment. Whoever could keep your attention, and that's fine. I'm better than all of them. Yeah, I said it. I'm better than all of them. And I don't have a recognizable name. I don't have a recognizable name. But I'll tell you one thing. Excuse me, I'm sorry. They ain't got better. I'm the best. My mother, God rest her soul, told me, be the best you can. We're great. And Jesus told me, be great. So, them guys, yeah, okay, I'm acting like a little boy because they kicked me off. And I put a respectable comment in there, but you could put a innocent comment in there and it could be loaded. See, with when you play mental hopscotch with these people, you could put an innocent looking comment, but then when they know that they know that that you're not a sucker, and then boom, all of a sudden I was off the live stream. Go ahead and rock and roll. If it was me and I had the Gotti money, I'd have my toes in the sand in Hawaii or Florida or somewhere. You're up there running a soap opera on social media. I don't know how I got on that subject. And if anybody out there's friends with the Gottis, I'm just speaking, I'm just speaking on that stuff. Oh, I'm not like if there's tough guy, I'm not afraid of whatever. I'm not afraid. I'm just saying if people have allegiance to them or whatever, there is no mafia around. They just run the rackets. There's people doing things. It's a smaller racket. That's debatable. The government's the mafia. Organized crime could be anything. Organized crime just doesn't mean mafia. There's a lot of organized crime going on around the damn world. It's just not called Cosa Nostra or the Gambino family. The government is organized crime. What they're doing to the people. What, that ain't organized crime? With those insider deals with corporations and everything else? That's organized crime packaged in what we call the government. But if you're running a card game over there somewhere, they want to bust you for racketeering. This is a hodgepodge show. At least I'm getting it in. You got to get it in. You got to get the action in. I hope you guys hit your parlays. The Buffalo Bills aren't playing today. The Yankees barely have a pulse. Houston, they every pitcher they have on their staff, on their roster, every pitcher they have is like a Cy Young Award winner. I mean, they're loaded. It's not even fair. It's not fair. I don't care who they play. The Phillies look good, powerhouse, boom, boom, boom. They're rocking and rolling, but you got all that hype out there, and then Houston is just like, shh, we rock and roll. You can't hit them. You can't hit. So, I mean, the Yankees, they're just all sluggers. They're all swinging for the fences. They can't manufacture singles. They can't, old school fundamental baseball, produce runs. No, just one swing and it's a run. They can't get a hit anyways against this pitching staff. So um, that's that. Whoever just came in here, thanks for coming in here. I've been rambling on. This isn't a Beatles video, but I just put it in there because I thank you, Sir Paul, for letting me use that 9-second introduction. Thank you. If it's true, if it's your management, I don't know. And I don't know what subscriber name you're under. But one, I was looking through and I went to it, got deleted. And I was like, I don't know. What's your channel? What's your subscriber name? I mean, what's your name? Beetlejuice? Oh, well, I don't know. Thank you, Gary, for helping me out. Thank you, Leon, for helping me out. All right. I've been rambling on, and I really don't know what else to say, but thank you for your support. We're up to 186 subscribers with bad technology, with bad lighting, with a fat bottom lip, with connection problems. But we can still commune and have fun and try to raise each other up. And that's what I'm here for. It's a hodgepodge. Sunday, October 23rd. I can't blow off the spiritual devotion. I can't blow it off. I can't blow it off because I'm going to gamble today and I don't want to curse myself. So, God don't care if I gamble or not because it's like, please God, let me hit this parlay. I got a 16 parlay going. Please God, let me hit this parlay. And then it's a bad beat. It's like, there ain't no God. There ain't no God. Why would you let that happen, God? Why? See, we get discouraged and everything because when we watched our friends and family pass away in tragic ways, how could God let that happen? My mother passed from cancer, raised 5 kids by herself, didn't long for anything but just to nurture us up to be good human beings, and then to go out like that. How does God let that happen? Well, a cup of JoJo. We don't know all the answers, and we'll never know the mysteries of God and why things happen and why and whatever. But it's tough to put yourself in those positions where crazy serial killers live to 95 years old and good righteous people in the world, they go tragically. So how could there be a God that lets this shit happen? How? And that's a valid perception. It's a valid question. But with all that being said, I'll catch my mom on the other side. I already took a little sneak preview of the other side when I was dead. So I was coming up Catholic and Christian and everything, and you would hear about all these things about the afterlife and everything pertaining to that. And it's like, well, that sounds good, but I don't really know. Well, that sounds good, Father, and that sounds good, the Bible, and that sounds good, Spirit, Jesus calling, but I don't really know about that. Hi, Mark. Praise God for another day. So, so it's just like we could. You have doubts and everything, and excuse me. And angels and demons are real. So if angels and demons are real, I mean, can we establish that? I've seen angels many times in my life, and then when I was dead, some things happened, and then demons are real. So we're going through the world, and I want the best army. I want the best army to fight that shit off. so I could cash some freaking winning tickets so I could hit my parlays. No, forgive me. You can't trick God. You can't fool God because you'd be end up in a pile of shit. Can't fool him. I tried. You can't fool him. You'll be broker than you were when you started. No. So I add this on. You don't have to be a Bible thumper because I do the Jesus Calling devotions. You don't have to be into all that. It's spiritual food. We are spirits first in a physical shell. We're spirits first. Can we establish that? Let's establish the sip of this coffee. Lemon coffee. Aristocrat. So we're spiritual first. So if there is something beyond this realm, this existence, if there is something beyond, which I went there and I came back. So all those questions or doubts that I might have had growing up with doing the communion. See, that's my niece doing her communion and my daughter. So we went through the traditional ways as Christians, but it's just human nature to doubt. Well, you know what? There's heaven or hell or whatever and all that. They're valid thoughts and curiosities and maybe objections. But but if you're in a crisis and you have doubts about Christ and God and all that, but when you're in a crisis, then don't go begging for a miracle. Don't go begging because you're not in a relationship. Like I said, you can't go up to a girl on the street and say, hey, let's go have sex. You have to court and date and build a relationship. And then if that happens, that happens. So you can receive the benefits of blessings and or a fine, beautiful woman. Forgive me. So that's what I'm saying. This is spiritual food. Spiritual food. All right. You want to build up your spirit. And when you have your spirit and your posture balanced on that level, you can think better. You can operate more effectively. And you got a good wingman with Christ, angels, and then you build up a team. Okay? So let's not lose fact of that while we're talking about gangsters and blood and guts, okay? As you turn your attention to me, feel the light of my presence shining upon you. Open your mind and heart to receive my heavenly smile of approval. Sounds corny, don't it? Let my gold-tinged love wash over you and soak into the depths of your being. As you are increasingly filled with my being, you experience joyous reunion with me. I in you, you in me. Your joy in me and my joy in you become intertwined and inseparable. You build up that strong relationship. I suffuse your soul with joy in my presence. At my right hand, there are pleasures forevermore. Well, I want them. Whatever they are, God, Jesus, I want them. Whatever they are. Not just money, cars, and houses. Because that's currency, but there's other currency. Protect my family and friends to have a good life. Bless these people that come in here and help a cup of JoJo out. Give me those blessings first. I'm going to die someday. So what happens with the fancy car? I have a junker car. I live in an apartment. But all your belongings, it's all irrelevant after that. We're all going to die. Don't trip out and just think you're going to live forever and then build up all these possessions and sell your thinking out to that type of thinking. I'd rather have blessings and health for my family and friends or anybody except the Democrats. Oh, please forgive me. I don't think they practice Christian values, just like me at times. They're the scum of the earth. Mark, good morning, Mark. Jojo, my Italian grandmother used to say I would go to hell for rooting against the Notre Dame football team. Is this true? My daughter went to Notre Dame High School. That's questionable. But and that's funny. That's funny, Mark. Yeah. Notre Dame. I got the Notre Dame Fighting Irish shirt in there that I wear. But yeah, no. Should I even answer that? My Italian grandmother used to say I would go to hell for rooting against the Notre Dame football team. Yeah, we would stay strong in these types of this type of thinking. Yeah, we'd stay strong. Hey, no, you can't do that. Mm, mm. Well, a lot of the old time Italians used to say, "You're going to hell if you don't, do this or that, or if you do this or that." They would use that as fear and leverage. But you're gonna go to hell, Jojo, if you don't get your shit together. Oh, excuse me. But we talk about gangster stories and any type of forgive me for putting the Beatles in there. But you know that me and Sir Paul McCartney are best mates, friends. We're not mates, but we're friends. But I'm using the English terms because, me and Sir Paul McCartney go way back to the Walrus days. Okay. No, but they were nice enough to let me use that music for 7 seconds at the start of my videos. But I'm just flying by the seat of my pants here. I appreciate people coming in there and helping me out. And I enjoy this stuff. I'm not a tough guy. We're all emotional and everything. But I appreciate to just do content on YouTube and interact with people. I'm getting older. Like I like to interact with my friends and have fun and joke around. That's a score. I like that. And it's nice to meet new people and interact. And that's life. I'll be gone in 20 years, 15 years. I'll be gone. So let me enjoy whatever. Don't have fear. Don't have fear. Don't have irrational fears. Because there are rational fears, like I better look both ways before I cross the street or I'll get smashed by a semi-truck. But a lot of people are living in fear based on irrational things because their mind plays tricks on them. And that's the devil deceiving people into fear. And when you're living in fear, you're off guard. You can't be on your game, and you diminish. I'm a preacher too. I'm an author. I'm a content provider. I'm a preacher. I'm a psychiatrist. I'm immature. I'm a lot of different things. I'm a loser. I'm a winner. I'm a loser. So why don't you kill me? So if you look at that Playboy magazine, Junior, you're gonna go to hell. Oh, geez. Uh-oh. You found the magazine, Ma? Yeah. You had it between the mattresses. Yeah. It was the first spot I looked at, Billy. You're gonna go to hell if you keep looking at that stuff, Billy. There were some other ones. I can't remember what they would say if you did something. You're going straight to hell. It'd be like, what? I thought that was just innocent. No. But like, if you want to get biblical and it's like, and talk about sins, if you're on the beach If you're on the beach, Florida beach, and you're laying down on your towel and you see bikinis, TNA, and they're on parade going by you, and you have a sexual thought, that's a sin to just even think about that fine body. How do you build your thinking up and everything else so you just don't do that stuff naturally? Because when you see a fine girl walk by, you turn your head, and you know why. So this video is a grab bag video, and that's all I got to say. But for the gamblers out there, I hope you make a score. Fred Beasy, I hope you make a score. That was rough yesterday. I was on that slot machine. It was a torture chamber. How could I be so sick in my head to sit there for hours and torture myself? See? I like nicotine. I like caffeine. I like slot machine. And I love my people in this channel. Because I'd hate to die with a bankroll in my pocket. Might as well blow it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they found him with, not me, but, you know. Guys would do hits on other guys, and the other guys would have 15,000 in their pocket, and they wouldn't rob them. Like, you'll murder the guy, but you got scruples enough not to mug his pocket. What? You're going to go straight to hell if you rob his pocket. But you murdered him. What about the murder? Well, not. At least he didn't rob the money out of his pocket. Because if he did, he would have went straight to hell. Oh, wow. If it was me, the guy would be lucky he still had his socks on his feet. And the rings and everything else. Oh, no. But I wouldn't be violent like that. I wouldn't be violent. No. So, I think I've probably said enough. And, but I appreciate the subscribers. I'm going to rock and roll, maybe toward the new year, and get out with my phone, and I could just do a phone, whatever, and talk to some people and provide some different content. And I'm going to get a couple of old school gangsters in some form to talk about what they thought about the humanistic side of when they did violence and how they processed that. What you folks like to know? They're just not, well, there's savage killers out there that don't care, but a lot of them got affected by this stuff in later age. PTSD, just like war veterans. When violence and death, whether it's in the name of a war or a mafia war, it still can affect certain people later on. So, psychologically speaking. So, I want to divulge into that if I can. The old timers don't believe in YouTube channels, and they don't want to talk about any of that stuff because they're like, well, you're stupid, Jojo. You're on there doing a YouTube channel talking about that stuff. You're stupid, Jojo. And I understand their position on that. This was started off to be a spiritual channel and then just do entertaining stories. And then it's just like, well, I got to keep the viewers in there and talk about gangster shit. So thank you. Thank you, folks. Excuse me. I hope all your bets are winning ones. Stay safe. bless your family, and build up a little relationship with the creator, whatever your definition is of whatever creation is and whoever created that, if you do believe in that. Build up a little relationship. Do a test, but feel it in your heart. Just don't do it to try to receive blessings. You can't trick God. But do it passionately, as a scientific experiment, as a spiritual experiment. And you'll feel better anyways, just the same. I blow my brains out and get whatever, but I feel more centered after that. So I can process life and psychology and my emotions and bipolar and everything. I can process that better. So thank you, folks, for coming in here, my dear friends, and be safe. And if you're going through some things, we're not macho men. If you need help from somebody, don't be afraid and say, hey, you know what? Can I talk to you? I'm struggling with some things. And it takes a real man to act that way, because we're just trying to make our way through the world. And if you see somebody that's struggling and you're able to help them with whatever resources, just a good word or a couple of dollars or something like that, I'm accepting all donations. But if you can help them out for whatever you can offer them, that's the real currency in life. That's the real money in life. Love and compassion is the real money. I want to hit my parlays, but that's the real. That's what it's all about. And will it get you a ticket to heaven? I don't know. But tip the scales that way. Tip the scales, because everything is recorded in your heart. It's an information center. Everything is recorded. Every experience, everything you did is recorded. Scientific, we're not going to get into that. So if you can do that, that's cool. So if you're able to do that, you will be the kings and queens of the world. And don't give up. It's partly sunny, not partly cloudy. It's partly sunny. So keep fighting. If you're going through mental health problems, you'll get through it. Don't despair. Don't despair. You'll get through it. If you're going through depression, you can rise up. If you're having suicidal thoughts, you could get through it. You are a king and queen. God don't create junk, okay? You can do it. So don't despair. You can rise up, okay? And so thank you once again, Mark and Gary and Leon, for coming in here and helping me out. Thank you, subscribers. Thank you, viewers that don't subscribe, because people view the channel and they don't subscribe. But thank you for viewing anyways. That's all. I appreciate it. So that's it for today. Stay safe, my dear friends, and I'll catch up to you real soon. God bless. Thank you.